Hi everyone, my name is Jenny Tengon and my student ID is S96005206. And for this slide presentation, I am going to describe and analyze an episode of learning for each of the three perspectives or theories given below. The three perspectives or theories are the behavioral, cognitive, socio and social cultural theories. These are the three learning theories that will be presented throughout this presentation. Now I'm going to give a short introduction towards this presentation. The project looks at the three essential learning theories, which is the behavioral, the cognitive, and the social and socio-cultural. It involves the analyzing of various learning scenarios that also highlights how its theory clarifies the mechanism behind the learning of all humans. This examination demonstrates how different theoretical perspective enhance our understanding of the content of learning, the organization of the learning environment, and the teachers' roles that they play, and also students. All learning environments will be covered regarding both the unsuccessful and the successful, for their connections to be highlighted to the ideas that are essential of the theoretical framework that has been chosen. Information that are utilized we have covered in the class, my personal experiences and the readings. This analysis will reveal how understanding is deeper of this concept that teaching could be improved, and also the learning experiences. The central focus is educators are to be powered to leverage these ideas effectively. I think the different student types and also try for a learning that is better and has good achievements in it. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Here is the overview of the three theories. The three theories, which is the behavioral, the cognitive, and the social or socio-cultural learning theory. For the behavioral learning theory, the main idea of the behavioral learning theory is learning occurs through interaction with the environment via conditioning. The key theorists are the B.F. Skinner, Ivan Pavlov, and John Watson. The concept of this theory is to reinforce punishment-stimulus response and to apply classroom management and also apply reward systems. Therefore, this behavioral learning theory looks at how people's learning occurs through their surrounding and their interactions, as well as through conditioning effects. The notion indicates that these interactions that we have in the surroundings really affect our decisions and also our behaviors. When we are rewarded, that means we learn something, or we are punished for our certain behaviors. And also the theories that are associated mainly with these approaches are the Skinner and Ivan Pavlov, and John Watson. Their work on classical conditioning revealed that a cue that is neutral leads to a conditioned response through learning associations, in contrast to Skinner's operant condition, which initiatives use and the penalty to motivate the behaviors. As Watson made it very clear that our environment changes, we can teach effectively and learn behaviors that are different. And in supporting good behavior inside the classroom, good behavior thrown thrown on behavioral theory by giving compliments, token towards that administered and predetermined routines are followed. Compliments are used by the teachers and stickers or other rewards to encourage the students for work to finish, helping to make a learning more good and a good learning space. When students are rewarded for their work, they can do well the next time the teacher gives them work. And also when they get stickers at the end of what they have done, or for example they are given an activity, and after that activity the teacher gives them reward or cheers them up, and that's where we could say it's a good learning space. The environment is good and the students are happy to learn, and the learning is effective. Okay, the second overview of the second theory, which is the cognitive learning theory. The main idea is to learn and involves mental processes such as thinking, memory, and problem solving. The key theorists are Sean Piaget, Jerome Bruner, and David Ausubel. The concept of this cognitive theory is a schema, information processing, cognitive development stages, and the application to this is scaffolding, meaningful learning, and metacognition. Therefore, cognitive learning theory centers on understanding the working of our minds, as well as to learn new informations. It investigates the elements such as memory recall, mental reasoning, issue resolution, and visual perception. However, it is not like the behavioral model that actions are analyzed. Cognitive theory centers on the mental framework learners use to process the understand their encounters. The prominent theories include Sean Piaget, Jerome Bruner, and David Ausubel. Piaget's theory of cognitive development explains how knowledge construction of learners through stages they interact with the environment that they live in. And however, Bruner, by leveraging the existing knowledge, and Ausubel concentrated on the meaningful learning to be promoted through the use of methods that aid students associating the new ideas with their establishment comprehension. Teachers usually utilise their cognitive theories in all schools. and by engaging techniques such as developing concept maps, scaffolding, and asking questions to support the learning of the students, and also memory of like new informations. And these strategies students in completing deeply and linking the ideas that are various and taking initiatives in their own educational experiences inside the classroom and also outside, like inside our learning environment. And the third theory, which is the social and socio-cultural learning theory, the main idea of this theory is learning happens through social interaction and cultural context. The key theories to this learning theory is Lev Vygotsky and Albert Bandura. The concept of this theory is the zone of proximal development, modeling, social interaction, scaffolding. And it applies group work inside this theory. It applies group work, collaborative learning, and guided participation, which they participated in group work. However, this the third theory, which is the social and cultural learning, it indicates that the social engagement and the cultural settings, and also the teamwork, it plays a crucial role in the experience of learning. Being seen from this angle, knowledge is not simply obtained by oneself, but created through particular participations and the dialogue in communities, inside each communities. The leading theorists of these approaches are Lev Vygotsky and Albert Bandura. However, Vygotsky had suggested that and also introduced a zone of proximal development concepts, which refers to a gap between what an independent learner can do and what can be achieved, with more from guidance, with acknowledgeable someone like a teacher or a peer as well. Bandura stressed in this social learning theory that individual learning through the observation of people's behavior. He also reveals that individuals that adopt behaviors and skills by observing the mimicking those in their vicinity. Inside the classroom settings, these principles appear through their teamwork when they are grouped inside the classroom and the teacher gives them work to do and they work together in a group. That's when learning is also very effective. Students' educational growth are supported by their teachers by navigating them through diverse experience and promoting teamwork and open discussion, which the teacher moves them into a group and then asks them questions and they discuss into those little groups, and then they can speak out their answers to the teachers. The strategy aids in the academic learning and stimulates nurtures emotional and social development by considering how the context of culture and relationship shapes our perceptions or shapes the perceptions of teachers and the students as well. Okay, the next slides that I'm looking at right now, I will be elaborating on the learning episodes, or the identification of learning episodes. There are 3 identification of learning episodes that I have presented in this slide. The first episode is the behavioral episode. For example, a primary school teacher gives the when inside the classroom, when he or she gives the students rewards on what they do to encourage them to finish the homework given to them. When one student finishes his or her homework, they receive stickers. This is a sign of appreciation. They also trade stickers for little prizes. And the next time when the teacher gives them work to do, they do it on time and they submit their work in time. Like when the teacher gives them rewards or cheers them up, it makes them happy, and the next time when the work is given, they will do the work right on time. And the second one, which is the cognitive episode, for example, a high school science teacher. High school science teacher helps the students by supporting students on their concept by forming maps that are associated with new information with what they already know, facilitating a better understanding of complicated biological processes. And for the third one, which is the socio-cultural episode, for example, in a community literacy program, the children that are older mentor young ones by enhancing the abilities of their readings and being there for them always whenever they needed help. Like when they need help, and the older ones are always there to help them. For example, the older ones gave them reading books and ask them to read when they don't know how to pronounce a word. The elder ones will help them pronounce the word or help them throughout their reading, or sometimes help them to their homework. And this is where when they help them and the learning goes more effective. Okay, however, these slides, it will critically analyze, or it will discuss how learning occurred according to the theory's principle, and also it will discuss the teacher's or learner's role in facilitating the process, and how the learning environment supported or hindered learning, and the evidence from research, readings or lectures that supported these ideas. Like for the example, the behavioral analysis, the cognitive analysis, and the socio-cultural analysis. The behavioral learning theories, the educators, when they give homework to students, they make sure they have to reward students at the end of the class. And for the cognitive learning theory, a visual tool is used by the teacher in science class, and this helps the students to learn about the system for breathing. And not only that, and for the socio-cultural learning theory, in this future, young students are being helped by the elder students. They help them through reading or doing their homework. Supporting examples and reflections. I use examples from the forum discussions. For the forum discussion, this as discussion forum P discusses the statement that the role of teachers and students in promoting a positive classroom experience, and also this forum and forum B, as in the module that we have discussed about the effective classroom behavior management, and it's an important role teachers play in schools. And for the lectures inside the module, there's lecture 3 from week 4 to 5, module 2. It talks about the behavioral learning, and there is theories, and it also talks about the learning processes and the major types of behavioral learning and operant conditioning and behavioral learning theories. And for the personal teaching and learning experience, for my personal experience to promote a positive learning inside the classroom, I make sure all my students understand what I am teaching, and also I must make the student feel loved and not left behind. And also I must cheer them up through my experience. I see that when you cheer up children by rewarding them, and they are happy to do their work, and what you tell them to do, they does it on time. And when you reward them, the next time you give them work, they are happy to do it, and they are happy to submit on time, and they feel very special when you reward them after doing their work, or during the activities you cheer them up. For example, one of the forum discusses participants describe how peer learning circles improved comprehension among struggling students, reflecting Vygotsky's social cultural perspective. Similarly, in my own experience, students often understand concepts better than group discussions than through individual work. Like when students are given work, sometimes they can work by themselves, sometimes they work in groups. Those who don't know, they are grouped with someone that understands or know better than them. So in that case, they learn together, and they make learning more effective because they can learn the other ones that they don't know how to do their work. Okay, now to conclude, in essence, the three theories of the learning behavioral and the cognitive and the socio-cultural learning theories has contributed significant understandings regarding the mechanism of students' learning. The behavioral approaches applies the role of rewards in guiding behavior. The theory of the cognitive indicates the thoughts processes that organizes the information, and these perspectives suspect that the instruction and the social cultural perspective undergoes the essential in the interaction of social and the teamwork as well. This perspective suspected that the instruction that are given are quality and depends on others who support a strong understanding from the students, ideally in a friendly and nurturing context. Utilizing these approaches enables instructions to foster a more captivating and pertinent educational environment for every student, accommodating their varied needs. And I think these learning theories, they are very important. As we educators, we have to take these theories into consideration when we went out to in fields. We have to take these theories as they are very important, because in that way, when we take it into consideration, we can make the learning environment very effective. And thank you. That's the end of this presentation.